Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Michael Leszczynski, and together with my colleague Abby Heeman, we'll talk to you today about how to build an email list faster with lead magnet funnels. We'll start off with some theory about lead magnets and then dive right into the latest GetResponse tool, the lead magnet funnels. So let's get to it. Let's start off by answering this simple question about what lead magnets are. Marketers refer to them as content upgrades, freebies, opt-in incentives, or sometimes simply content. It all boils down to this, that you're offering something to your prospects, to your leads, in exchange for their contact information, usually an email address. You've probably seen them around, either shown to you in a pop-up form, for example like this one over here, or full-on landing pages, like the one we've done earlier last year. They come in all shapes and forms. So the second question, what are the available types? Well, we've divided them into the format that they come in. For example, written, some of them are video, audio. For example, video could be a webinar, audio could be an audio sample, visual could be an infographic. Sometimes they're interactive, for example, a quiz or an assessment tool. Sometimes they have monetary value, for example, a discount or free shipping. Or sometimes they come in as a tool or access to something. This is usually the case with SaaS products that they offer you, for example, a tool in exchange for your email address. So the question that comes next is, what works best? Unfortunately, the answer is that depends. Depends on many factors like what business you're in, who your audience is, and actually what you're trying to achieve. So actually, we're trying to answer this question through a research that we're currently conducting. And you can help us out if you're already familiar with lead magnets and have been using it in your campaigns. Simply just go to this website, to this link. There's a survey that takes only 2 to 3 minutes to fill out, and you can help us understand better what kind of lead magnets you've been using and what works best for marketers around there. We'll be releasing the study results probably in a month or so, in April 2020. So if you can help us out, we'll be able to prepare this awesome research, share the data with you, and help educate marketers like ourselves with this data-backed approach. But to answer the question again, what works best, and actually how to choose the best lead magnet, to help you out, let's consider these 3 things. The problem that your audience is trying to solve. So they've probably visited your website, they had to search something either via Google or Yahoo. So they had to provide some keywords to enter your website. You have to take a look at the format. What is it that they're interested in? What sort of information they're currently consuming, and the timing. So with the problem, the best thing to do is to consider the intention that your users had prior to entering your website. What is it that they were looking for, and what can you do to help them out? If they're reading an article on a specific topic, maybe an ebook or a video could help them out better educate themselves in that thing and that topic that they're interested in. What about the format? So for example, if they're reading a long article about a certain topic, it might be that they don't want to again receive another ebook, another piece of content that's very long, because it's going to take a lot of their time. Maybe they're busy people. So maybe you'd like to offer something shorter, maybe a checklist or a cheat sheet. And timing. It is essential to know when it is possible to offer that lead magnet. Sometimes the same lead magnet won't work if you show it to your website visitor when they just entered the website, because they're not ready yet to make a decision to fill out the form, because they don't know if your content is good enough. Sometimes it's better to offer it when they're leaving, or maybe after you've seen that they've already been engaged with your content, with your website. Maybe they've read through half of your article, or maybe they've spent about 5 to 10 minutes on your website. That depends on how long people stay on your page and what they do with it. So let's take a look at a few examples of some of the amazing lead magnets that we've seen over the years. Here's an example of an ebook created by Visme, which from what I know, I've contacted the author of this ebook, has been downloaded over 10,000 times within 60 days of it being developed. So this ebook talks about their story on how they've built their tool from 0 to 4 million users in a specific time period. And the reason this this ebook is working so well is because people have been actually asking them to share their stories, how they've developed their tool, how they've managed to reach such great results in such a short amount of time. So what they did is tie in the questions that people have been asking about their strategies, about how they've developed their tool, and how they've reached so many users, and they just turned those answers that they've been providing into an awesome ebook that people love. Another example is this tool from Iconosquare. So they offer a lot of information, a lot of help with social media profiles, with social media management. So what they decided to do is create a tool, an audit tool, that helps you determine how good your Instagram strategy is, how good your Instagram account is. So once you plug in your Instagram account, you can measure the results, answer some questions, and in the end, you can leave your email address to get a personalized report. And this does two things well. First of all, it helps the users to get more information and educate themselves around Instagram. And secondly, it provides high quality leads for Iconosquare, because they know directly who these people are, what accounts they've got, what sort of things they're doing, and where they can help them out. And another example here from Impact. So they're giving a monthly, they're doing a monthly drawing of some inspirational books that they like, that they read. So what you can do is just enter their website, fill out the form, and you can take part in their monthly drawing. I think this lead magnet works well because everyone likes reading books, especially if they're reading a blog about marketing. So who wouldn't like to win something by just providing an email address? The only thing is that I'm guessing that this particular lead magnet would generate tons of leads, but not necessarily all of them would be very high quality, because, well, many people like to win things, but not all of them could be impacts customers, impacts clients. So unlike the two examples I've shared before, I'm guessing this one would generate more leads, but slightly lower quality. And then another example from Content Mavericks. This one is pretty funny, but the thing that makes this lead magnet effective is that it is actually tied into the article, a long article that they've published on their website. It talks about how to create an agency that earns $10,000 per month, and the whole article actually goes over 3 parts. They are very long parts, and after you've read 3 of them, you actually see this form that asks you, well, whether you'd like to see what happens next, what is in the part 4. So the part 4 isn't published and available for everyone. It is only available to those that leave the email address. So by the time that people have actually read through the article, they already know whether they are enjoying the content, they're qualified leads. I'm guessing they want to create an agency themselves. So whoever fills out this form, I'm guessing most of them are engaged in the content and high quality leads that could be turned into customers by Content Mavericks. Last but not least, this example from Groove. This pop-up form appeared on an article that talked about what is good customer service. And what I like about this pop-up is that it actually directly relates to what's on the website, what the article is about. If you've been reading this article and learning about customer service, it is very likely that you would like to learn how to best apply the qualities of exceptional customer service, and you'd probably fill out the email address and your first name to get this lead magnet onto your email address. And what's interesting here is that the sign-up form consists of two fields, but the email address that they want is a business email address, because they're mostly working with B2B customers and they would rather have fewer leads but more quality ones. So whoever fills out this form has to leave their company domain, company email, and then they'll be able to reach out to these people, visit their website, see what they're doing, how they can help them out. So as you can see, that all these lead magnets have something different to them, but they also have something in common. So they're not targeting everyone. They're targeting mostly the people that are interested in in the services the company offers. So that's one of the important things when creating lead magnets, is that you need to take into consideration is whether you want to generate tons of leads or actually a lot of leads but who are high quality. So you want to tie in your lead magnets with what you're offering, with the pain points that people have, and the intent that they had before entering your website. All right, so that's the theoretical part. Now let's go into GetResponse. So take it away, Abby, and thanks, guys.
All right, so let's see what it will look like to create our lead magnet funnel. So we're just going to go here to the Autofunnel area and choose Create Funnel. Now let's give our funnel a name. So I'm going to have it be something related to my ebook that I'm actually going to be promoting. So I'm just going to call this ebook lead magnet promotion. And now I'm going to choose that I want to build a list, and I'll choose the lead magnet funnel. And so if you don't have a lead magnet just yet, you maybe don't have the content yet, or you haven't had the time to actually generate, an ebook or an infographic or any of those other examples that we've heard about, we can actually just choose from one of these preloaded lead magnets that we've provided. So you can preview them to actually see if they're going to work out well for your audience. And then they'll be automatically populated and shared, so you can actually kind of, get a jump start on your lead generation campaigns with a pre-provided existing lead magnet here. But if you already have your own lead magnet, you can just easily upload it, so it will automatically be populated on your promotional and marketing materials and automatically delivered to your new subscribers and automatically kind of hosted and stored here within your GetResponse account. So we just need to give it a name and description. So just to save us some time, I'm going to just copy and paste quickly here just some of our information that we can see, because if I type, you will see lots of typos. So just something that lets people know a little bit more about what it's about. Now you want to upload an image for your file, so just kind of like a cover image, kind of like what you saw for the existing lead magnets. So we can just browse our computer or files and images from our own GetResponse account. So I have a kind of a cover prepared that I would like to use to promote. So this is going to be my ebook cover image that I can actually upload, and then just the file itself. So if you see that you can upload a zip file, ensures that all file types are accepted, but of course it can be a general, PDF file or something like that. Shouldn't be any problem at all. So this is the actual content, let's say, that you're actually going to be sharing. So that's super quick and easy. Now we just add it and we go to our funnel. We can actually see the few steps we'll go through before we start promoting this lead magnet and growing our list. And so now we just need to create a sign-up page. So this is actually featuring the lead magnet as a thank you for them subscribing. So they will automatically get an email with a download link. So you can see each step has some helpful hints here, so you can kind of know what's going on. So we'll choose create a sign-up page, and you can browse through the templates that are available or start from scratch and build your own if you would like as well. So I'm going to choose this one. Maybe you see it matches a little bit of what my lead magnet cover image was looking like. And so this is just going to be for me, so just like free lead magnet sign up. We can preview it, and now we can go to the next step. And now we just need to customize the content on the page with our own content. And so you actually see the template has information here to help you know how to actually customize it. So exactly what you should be typing and what you should be sharing. And so here is our lead magnet cover image automatically populated on our sign up page. And now you just need to give some information. So if you browse through the templates and open them up, you can actually see some examples and what types of information you should be sharing to help get people to sign up. So these are actually created and optimized for conversions with elements that should be included or usually should be included on a page to get you more signups. This is going to be an exit pop-up form, and so if you actually want to give another opportunity for people to sign up to join your list as they're actually exiting the page without signing up, you could actually customize this with an additional offer. So this exit pop-up won't actually trigger the ebook download or the lead magnet download, because the thought is that they've actually seen your page but then are leaving it. So perhaps they're not actually interested in that particular piece of content, but maybe you could offer them something else or entice them to join your email list with another way. But if you do not want this to happen, if you don't want this exit pop-up, simply delete it here. So that's all you need to do. And now you can see some buttons here, and then the form is actually here, of course, sign up here. What you could do is actually hyperlink the buttons themselves with a section of the page. So I think the form is on section 4. And so then actually if somebody clicks this, they're like, yes, I love the sound of this lead magnet title. If they click this, they'll automatically be scrolled down to this section where they can input their name and email address to actually get the form. And so you customize this page by simply double-clicking and being able to see your additional text editing fields. You can click on an image to replace it or edit it. You've got access to 5,000 free Shutterstock images and also access to this GIF library from Giphy, so you can actually customize and add some really interesting pieces of content to your page if you would like. You have all these additional elements here to add to your page. There's a countdown timer if you'd like to add some kind of urgency to the sign up. Additional buttons and images and text files. So definitely have fun with the landing page creator, clicking around, seeing how you can resize and completely customize this page. So that's all you need to do to actually just get your message across. Then you can customize the thank you page. So this is the page they will see after they sign up, after they submit their email address. But something important to know is that this is not where they will access your lead magnet and get the download. Remember, on that first step, it showed that it would be automatically sent to them. So this is just confirming, okay, we got your email address, you're signed up. Now, for example, check your email. So make sure that they know exactly what's happening in the next steps. So now you know that the next step will actually be for them to check their email and actually get the lead magnet there. So that's what's going to be going on here, just confirming you're signed up. Now go for your download link. Let's go to the next step and configure our page settings. And then we can move on to the download page. So I'm just going to copy paste again one more time our page title and description. These are very important for SEO. So if you've done any initial research on your keywords or kind of what types of terms your particular target audience is going to be searching for, you would be putting those in here. That would be a very good time to do that. Now for the URL, so where actually this page is going to live, what URL. If you have your own domain, you can add it here, so it will be pointed under your own domain or subdomain, but you can also use a GetResponse provided domain for free. So I can just call this lead magnet sign up, just for our little example here. And now the default thank you page is just that page that we saw that we could actually edit. On that previous tab. So we'd actually saw that little thank you page where we let people know what's next. That's what's going on here. And there's additional integrations with the analytics and remarketing platforms if you're using them. And you can also integrate your Google ads conversion tracking as well if you'd like to keep track of that. But we can actually now move on to the publish step. And we can see that our landing page, there's our URL, and then we'll be able to track the page visitors and then how many people actually signed up. Now we just want to customize the download page, so the page where they can actually access our file. Because remember, it's automatically sent via email, the link, so this download page has a link that's provided in the email explicitly. So you won't see a URL in our funnel just yet. And so again, here you just want to confirm, okay, you're all good to go. Click here to download your file. And now this will automatically be populated with the ebook and the proper actual download individual URL to get the file. So it will look like this automatically whenever they're signed up. So this was our lead magnet cover, our title and description, and then you just would click to download it. But they'll only get to this from this email that they send, and I'll show you more about that in just a moment. And so, okay, here we go back here. So this is what this is. So you just want to customize it and confirm exactly what's going to be going on for your new contacts and what they need to do to get your file. But it will be automatically populated when they go there from your email. So we can go to the next step and see what our funnel is looking like. Oh, of course, we'll do our settings here. So for our download page, just the page title and description. And let's publish. Okay, so we've got pretty much all of our steps just about ready to go here. Now all we need to do is actually create a kind of welcome email nurturing series to help get our new subscribers get to know us a little bit better and actually stick around with us. So it's not just, they come, they get our lead magnet, and that's it. We send them the download link email and goodbye. We want to actually nurture them and have them stick around, and hopefully, as we actually start to grow our business and we actually have some more offers, maybe eventually some products we'd like to promote, they'll be, nurtured, they'll know our brand and actually trust our content because they've actually learned something from us. So we can actually go here to create an email. And so this can just be like, welcome to my list. And we can go to the next step and choose a template, because our download email is just very simple about, here is your download link. But this is actually welcoming them to the list, letting them know a little bit more about you, what you have to offer. And you could actually create a series of messages that actually, welcome them to the list. Then a couple days later, maybe, gives them some more educational content, because they're obviously interested in that because they signed up for your lead magnet. And so maybe you have a little bit more to offer them. And then maybe a few days later, automatically send them a follow-up message with any kind of other promotion or offer that you have that you want to actually present to them. So let's choose this welcome message here. And again, this template also comes with content that helps you know exactly how you should customize what type of content is good to share with new subscribers. So just go through and customize this with your own information and messaging to help people get to know you a little bit better. And when you've finished with that, we can go to our next step. And we can see our funnel is good to go. We had our sign up page, our download page, and we've started our nurturing series. But maybe if you're kind of just getting started and you're not quite sure how to actually get people to visit that sign up page and actually know about your lead magnet, you can actually create a Facebook ad to help people actually, generate some traffic there and start to get your audience a little bit larger based on what's going on, within your Facebook profiles and then the entire kind of Facebook advertising universe. You also have access to a free social media ads creator. So it's basically just a free app that you can actually have a download link sent to you to create some really nice looking ads and banners to actually publish on your social media profiles. So it's one thing certainly to be able to, post Facebook ads and run those when you have a particular promotion. But then you also want to make sure you keep your social profiles up to date with other types of content. And the social ads creator really helps you do that, create some professional looking designs and banners for your profiles. And also you could use them in your ads as well. So I'll show you what this is looking like now. And so this is going to be able to watch the process from visitor to your page to actual subscribers, how many of those subscribers have actually downloaded your file, and then maybe who's engaging with this nurturing series. If you would like to check out the download email, the download link email that people are sent automatically whenever they subscribe, you can just hover right here and click edit email. So it's a very simple, clean email that's sent that actually is going to just look basically like this. So automatically when they sign up, we will be sending them this that automatically links to the download page. So this is how they get to it. So that's very important. And this is how they can actually download your file. So that's the way the process is going to be working. But if you would like to edit that, just hover right here and click edit email, and you can customize that. And if you would like to add an additional autoresponder, so again, kind of that nurturing series that welcomes them, and then maybe a couple days later actually sends them some more relevant information, you hover right here and choose add another email. And then you can add multiple emails here to keep an automated series going. Now I'll quickly show you what it's like to create an ad, because we've got our sign up page. We can start getting subscribers, automatically delivering them the ebook. Then they can actually download it here. Then we're automatically nurturing them. So we could completely stop here and we'd be totally good to go, and we can start sharing this particular URL for our sign up page. We can start, promoting this in all of our different channels that we have. Oh, and here you got to see an exit pop-up happen, because actually I was going to exit the page over here and it detected that and initiated that pop-up. So that's how that's actually going to be working. This is a completely working lead generation funnel, but if we need a little bit of a jump start with some traffic to actually send to this page, we just need to choose create an ad. And there's a lot of helpful tips here within the Facebook ads creator for how you should actually go about that. So I'm just going to enter a quick name for this. So this is like lead magnet promotion. This is just for me to see. Then just make sure you have your Facebook profile and page connected with the Facebook ads. and you'll want to create an audience. So it's a very helpful tooltip here to actually help you know how to pick the right audience. So definitely take a look here, because our Facebook ad marketing experts formulated these, and they come also straight from Facebook. So you can get some really good tips on to know how exactly to get people to pick the best audience for your page. So we can just choose something like, website visitors, people who have previously visited maybe one of our landing pages. We could potentially actually retarget them with this particular offer if this is a relevant piece for them. But definitely check out our tips here. It's going to be very helpful for you to get started. Budgeting as well. So this is also something for you to consider how to pick the right budget. So you'll be adding credits to your GetResponse account, and then you would be setting the total budget for the ad in the runtime. So here's some additional tips to help you get started with your budget. And now finally, we want to just choose our content. So what is our ad going to look like? So definitely keep in mind, Facebook does have some advertising policies that we must adhere to. So you want to make sure that you follow the guidelines and avoid particular content. And if I scroll down a little bit, you'll see right here this Facebook ad design best practices. We have a great blog post that helps you understand exactly how best to create and design your ad so that you can be sure that it's approved and actually performs really well. So I'll just do this quickly so we can see a quick example of what it looks like. So I've got some content here to add for the message, and then we can actually preview what it's going to look like. So we just need to give a message, a headline, and you can see our page source. That means where should it be sending traffic to? So if somebody actually clicks on this ad from Facebook, where should they go? And because I actually chose to create this ad from the funnel, it's automatically chosen for me, so I don't even have to do that. Then I just want to add our description. So just think about your audience, think about who you've actually targeted to see this ad whenever you're creating your content. And now I just need to upload my graphic. And I can just, for example, use my ebook cover, if that would make sense for my ad. And I could click save. So this is pretty relevant. So people who would see this ad on Facebook would click it, and then they would be going to this page. So, it's quite consistent for them. They'd be able to understand exactly what they're getting. So you can preview the ad and make sure it looks okay with the content you've added, and you can edit it if you need to as well. And then we would be actually ready to go to submit the ad, but I'm just going to click save and exit for our, kind of testing out examples here so that we can actually move forward and see what it's going to be looking like in our funnel. So now we actually truly have a total automated lead gen campaign running for us. So for as long as our budget is going and our ad is running, we can be sending traffic to this page, getting new signups. The lead magnet download is automatically sent. They can download it themselves on the download page, and we can automatically nurture them with our nurturing series if we add a couple more emails as well. And so this is how it's going to be running for you automatically. So it's a quicker, easier way to actually automate your lead generation processes and find a way to actually put your best content forward and use it as a way to grow your email list. So we hope this helps and you're super ready and excited to create your own lead magnet funnel.